Alright guys, right before the video begins, I wanted to tell you guys about a live stream I'm going to be hosting on Thursday the 5th. It is going to be 5:30 Mountain Standard Time, 6:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. There's going to be a joint live stream between myself, Cardinal Gaming, Swammy, and Old School Pokemon. We're all going to be gathering, talking about different stuff across the hobby, possibly even other TCGs. Please, come over on that day and ask us questions in the comments. We will definitely be looking at it and actually challenge some of our ideas so we can have a proper discussion and we can all grow from it. Now, back to the video. Hey guys, it's San and welcome back to the BulbaSquad. So today, we're going to be talking about the last stop for the hype. Essentially, Celebrations, I genuinely do think that's it right now. For right now, Celebrations is the last major stop for this hype train before it finally crashes and Pokemon finally enters its dry period. So here's the thing. Pokemon, every time it's had a major growth spurt, and then it has its decline where it just evens out, peters out. We have our crash in Modern, because it crashes in Modern usually. It makes sense. We then enter a dry period. So the cycle I've observed is essentially hype comes into the market, Modern and everything begins to spike up. Modern, it spikes up to varying degrees. Like 180, that's absolutely spike. But then after Modern crashes, because the print runs finally catch up, supply increases, demand decreases, you can see Vintage and Pseudo Vintage have essentially stabilized, but they're at a higher level than they were before, indicating that the market has permanently grown, or at least grown at this moment. So I'm not saying that Pokemon is declining or this is a negative thing. This is a natural state of events and just the way things go. So the reason this matters is now is the time to realize your gains. What I mean by this is Pokemon is not like a stock or a bond or real estate or an actual asset. This is not a real asset. This is a commodity that this is worth zero. Like the price I spent on this, which would be like $82, I've technically lost $82. I have made nothing until I sold this. So that's what I did. Recently I have sold 3 boxes of Darkness Ablaze for $180 and voila! Turns out we were all right. Darkness Ablaze is getting a reprint, courtesy of PCCG Radio, and some other leaks such as the Eternatus VMAX box coming back around, and apparently some booster boxes are coming back. And so I decided to sell. Realize those gains, I'll buy later on again. Now, the reason I say realize your gains is we're about to hit this dead period where nothing is going to be happening for a while. It's going to be very calm. It's not going to be sexy to sell Pokemon. It's not going to be exciting to buy a set at release and like, oh, I bought it $100. It's now like $180. I can immediately flip for a 50% profit. No. It's going to be, congratulations, you bought a box at $82 pre-order. Now it's maybe $90 to $100. So go ahead and try to flip it for like $3. Congratulations. Yeah, you're not going to make anything. And that's just the natural state of events, and that's perfectly fine. But for those of us who have held now and do not want to increase that opportunity cost, there's 3 paths that I see going forward. Number 1, this would be to sell and hold on to money and wait for Modern to fully crash. Wait for all the prices to come down, things to stabilize, and move into the market and make your moves then. The thing is, during these calm times where nothing is occurring, is the best time to make your moves because you're no longer having to deal with FOMO at all, whether yourself or everyone else. Because, let's say, what's a perfect example? Full art trainers. You were thinking of looking at full art trainers. Well, congratulations. Twice Bait Jake and other people just talked about them. They spiked up overnight. Now you've lost your opportunity. You should have bought right then and there. That's how things have been. That was horrible. But if we rewind 2018, 2019, it was PSA 9, base set, first edition, commons, uncommons, everything. Even holos and non-holographics. All of these cards were just stupidly easy to buy because it made no sense, the prices they were at back then. it wasn't exciting. You could buy them and nothing would happen, and nothing would happen. Finally, we hit the boom, all of the went up because the supply just made sense. It didn't make sense at the time. I mean, supply to price. The supply was nowhere near as high as everyone thought. The demand just wasn't paying attention because it was so cheap. Guess what? Demand went up, supply stayed where it was, prices spiked. That's the opportunity that will probably come again during this period. I don't know where exactly. I'm looking at Rainbow Rare's alternate arts, especially the Sword and Shield block because of how big those vaults are. Now, option number 2, you go into vintage slash pseudo vintage. That would mean things like this. This is old. What is this? 2017 now, I think. I wish I could read Japanese. Yeah, 2017. So when it came to this box, I decided to go into it. It's going to be perfectly fine. It dropped, and I got to purchase it at a price I was happy with. You decide to go look at, what would it be? Mega Charizard, the XY Poncho Pikachu. I believe that recently retraced by around 20%, give or take. We decided to look at all the ponchos. Any specific card or set that was highly speculated in is probably going to be experiencing retraces here soon. Simply because a lot of people over-leverage themselves. Go look at our Poke Investing, that joke of a Reddit. A lot of people were deciding to purchase these things on credit cards and then ask what to do with it. They were asking, hey, is this investable? Should I hold? Should I sell? While it's on a credit card because they didn't do their full research. And there's a lot of people like that. There's a lot of Timmies. Well, the bill's going to come due at some point, and it's probably going to come due at some point in the future, near future, because this hype all started around November. So we're just about 12 months there. All of that starts to kick in. People got to sell. When you really got to sell, it's either going to go up for bid, or you're going to accept offers that are below market at the time. So vintage, pseudo vintage, that's where I also see opportunity. And since it's already had its retrace, not much else is going to happen in terms of losses in my eyes. I think the losses have been realized, and at this point it's just going to be a consolidation period for the near future. Just play your cards right, and you may just be able to walk away really well off for the next cycle of boom. Because I do expect Pokemon to have more catalysts, more things to hype it up, give it more momentum. Pokemon has been really good about getting people excited. First, we had Pokemon Go. Like, that started by itself. Then Hidden Fate started the excitement. And it was kind of boring. Logan Paul definitely did help. But then the Pokemon Company introduced alternate arts. That got everyone talking. They had the Pikachu set with Amazing Rares. Got people talking. We got Champion's Path with 3 Charizards in the Elite Trainer boxes. That got people talking. And Celebrations. And you see, they're good at marketing. So I could 100% see more catalysts coming in the future. And that's what I would want to prepare for. And so that brings me to option number 3. What many of you do not want to hear. You could take these gains, all of this profit you've made from Pokemon, and turn around and decide to put it into conventional investments. Stock market, bond, cryptocurrency if you want to do that. That's not really conventional. Real estate if some of you have made that much money in Pokemon. Because this is, at the end of the day, this is all about money. At least here on this channel, we talk about Pokemon in a financial perspective. If Pokemon is not going to be yielding as high returns for the time being, it may genuinely be better to leave the hobby temporarily and put it somewhere else. You may not like hearing that, but that's just the truth. That's what we need to do. That's what I'm probably going to do. I'm going to do that with some portion of my money that I've been gaining. And so from here on out, I'm going to be kind of spreading out. I am looking at vintage and pseudo vintage. I'm 100% looking at modern and waiting because it's a waiting game. We don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'm completely wrong and modern never tanks. And option 3, I'm going to go ahead and go into the stock market because it's just the better option at this moment. Weigh your options, see what you can do, make the best play that's for you. Don't let anyone tell you that Pokemon is better, the stock market is better, or whatever. Do your own research. Do your own thinking. I know some of you are not going to enjoy hearing this video because you're going to be telling me, and I guarantee you someone's going to say in the comments, Pokemon is still going to be worth money. Pokemon, like, I'll make more money in Pokemon. Truth is, Pokemon is going to be worth more money. It'll be fine. Most likely it'll be worth more money. But we don't know if we'll be able to outrun conventional investments. And not every single item is going to do it. Some of these items are going to take forever to appreciate. Like Darkness Ablaze, if you bought at the 180 price and it just tanked back down because of a reprint, I don't know if it has or hasn't yet, or you bought Battle Styles at 180 and it tanked down to $85, that's horrible opportunity cost. That is so many losses, and now you're going to have to wait until you can break even again. Whereas if you were to go into the stock market, you have a little more stability. Or if you went to bonds, that's really stable. Granted, it's boring. Or even if you moved it from there to something higher end, like, what would I say, a Shining Legends item, I guess. That's kind of higher end at this point. And that's safer, quote unquote. So you get what I'm saying, okay? I went on a little tangent at the end, rambling. I wanted to just get my thoughts out there. So, tell me what you guys think about this. Are you going to try and sell now before the hype finally dies down? Because yes, once we pass this point, all of this stuff is going to become much less liquid. There's a lot of buyers right now, but the moment the scales tip and there's a lot more sellers than buyers, it's going to get harder to sell. And once that happens, I don't know how you guys are going to pull it off. You can, it's just going to take much longer to sell stuff, and hopefully none of you need that money. So if you are selling, tell me, what are you going to do with it? Is there a fourth option I didn't consider and you're going to move into? Or are you just going to go with one of the three I said? If so, talk about it down below in the comments. I do genuinely read it, and it's actually really fun seeing what you guys have to say. So thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.